College students gathered outdoors the Senedd on the weekend to protest towards the grading system. A-level and GCSE college students might be awarded the grades estimated for them by their academics, the Welsh Authorities has introduced. The U-turn adopted criticism from college students, opposition politicians and Welsh Labour backbenchers. Training Minister Kirsty Williams mentioned she took the choice to take care of confidence within the system. College students in England and Northern Eire can even have their outcomes primarily based on trainer assessments. The Scottish authorities' final week determined to improve exams outcomes there, accepting trainer estimates of scores, following an outcry. In Wales, a complete of 42% of A-level grades predicted by academics had been lowered when outcomes have been revealed final week, after they'd been processed by an algorithm. GCSE outcomes are anticipated to be revealed on Thursday. The change to just accept trainer estimates additionally impacts A-levels, abilities problem certificates and the Welsh Baccalaureate. However, college students who obtained larger grades than these predicted by academics will preserve them. What do pupils consider the change? Picture caption. Poppy Stowell-Evans needs to proceed into 6th kind at Llanwern excessive faculty. Poppy Stowell-Evans, 16, had been very anxious ready for her GCSE outcomes this Thursday. The Llanwern excessive faculty scholar needs to remain on at her Newport College's 6th kind, and had apprehensive that outcomes from earlier years may need had a unfavourable affect on hers. She instructed BBC Wales, "I used to be extremely involved, partly as a result of it was utterly out of my management and partly as a result of I did not really feel it was only for an algorithm that has by no means seen any of my work, by no means seen me at school, by no means seen my potential, to gauge what grades I might be eligible for. And that actually scared me." Picture caption. David Mazzoya mentioned he would have been assessed on different folks' outcomes below the algorithm. Her classmate David Mazzoya, 16, was equally relieved on the information. "It felt at first like we'd be assessed on how different folks had finished prior to now and our faculty common," he mentioned. "It wasn't actually our work, it wasn't actually my grade both, it was a shared grade between me and different individuals who had been earlier than. I feel it's a lot fairer for youths throughout Wales as a result of whether or not we go to college or dangerous college. That is your grade, that is what we deserve, this what we have now earned through the years." What did the training minister say? Ms. Williams mentioned that given selections elsewhere, the steadiness of equity now lies with awarding centre evaluation grades to college students, regardless of the strengths of the system in Wales. The Lib Dem minister, serving within the Labour Welsh Authorities, promised an impartial evaluate of the occasions, following the cancellation of this 12 months' exams. Picture caption. Kirsty Williams, pictured right of centre, mentioned the steadiness of equity lies with awarding grades. Final week's outcomes have been produced by an algorithm designed to make sure grades have been as honest as potential and in step with earlier years. Nevertheless, it was criticized for producing unfair grades for particular person college students. The announcement adopted requires predicted grades to be honoured from Labour politicians within the Welsh Parliament, in addition to Welsh Conservatives and Plaid Cymru. First Minister Mark Drakeford is anticipated to fulfil Welsh Labour backbenchers to listen to their issues later. What has the response been? Plaid Cymru training spokeswoman Sian Gwenllian mentioned the announcement was critically overdue, and referred to as for a full investigation into this debacle. The Welsh authorities ought to apologise to college students, academics and faculties for what they've put them via over the previous few weeks, she mentioned. The algorithms that make selections about your life BTEC college students, we have been forgotten about. Susie Davies, training spokeswoman for Welsh Conservatives, welcomed the training minister's evaluate. It's reassuring that the minister has listened to the Welsh Conservatives and different events within the Welsh Parliament, however particularly pleasing that she heard the voices of younger folks up and down the nation, she added. The momentum constructing towards the A-level grading mechanism made this climb-down look inevitable even earlier than it was introduced. So why did it take ministers so lengthy to get there? Kirsty Williams and different cupboard colleagues had nailed their colours to the robustness of the system in Wales, the implication being that it was extra credible than different elements of Britain as a result of precise examination outcomes. These ranges have been factored in right here, in contrast to elsewhere. However, because the inboxes of members of the Senedd full of tales of particular person injustices towards college students who can have the vote for the primary time in subsequent 12 months' Senedd elections, that place grew to become unsustainable, particularly with GCSE outcomes looming quick.